Paris frontwoman Lynn Gunn says she came out to her parents at 18. And she's opened up about depression too, talking about going to therapy to overcome what she called dark times. The American rock band is over here to play at Reading and Leeds this weekend. I went to speak to Lynn Gunn about the personal, the political, and being gay in Trump's America. A warning: this report contains flash photography. You left home at the age of 18, went off on tour and wrote a letter to your mum. What did that letter say?
It was just a letter explaining that I was in love with another woman and that this was just the reality. But I also thanked her. I told her, thank you for raising me like this and really just making me realize this is okay and being able to accept it. But there's something in me that was just really afraid to face it and just say that to her head on. So I just left her a letter under a pillow and then left straight for a tour, and it was really liberating, but also terrifying. But yeah, it worked out really well. I never felt like I should come out because I was like, this is just me, and this has been me, and it's like a weird thing I think a lot of people go through too, because you don't feel like you need to be talking, or you don't feel like you need to tell people. It should just be accepted already, or understood.
You've spoken quite openly about dark periods that you've experienced. Why do you think it's important to speak out about those moments?
I think being vulnerable, and I think expressing your emotions is the biggest way to heal from them, I guess. And for so long I was just bottling them up and not sharing them and just suppressing them to the point where I just wouldn't feel anything from it. And so a big part is just digging those up and letting those surface. I hope, and me doing that too, it can inspire other people to kind of just accept what they're going through and realize, even if it is something negative or really dark, it's really beautiful and it is important to go through.
What goes through your mind when you walk onto stage?
Don't mess us up, don't mess us up, don't mess us up.
So you've said that you want your concerts to be a safe space. What does that mean?
Concerts can be a not very safe place, depending on, and I think a lot of this depends on what the artist is putting out and just what kind of energy they're expelling in general. We're just generally very accepting and genuine people, and we really want to put that outwards, and I think whatever you put out, you also attract back.
So as someone who worries about your fans and really wants people to come together, it must be quite worrying to watch what's happening in America, in Charlottesville, in Boston, your hometown, and in Phoenix recently.
I don't feel good about it, but I also, on the other end of this, the awareness is being raised, and people are opening their eyes to it, and everything's being brought to the forefront.
So when you hear President Trump saying transgender people are no longer going to be acceptable in the military, what's your reaction?
Can I swear? That's complete nobody should ever be told that, and I think it was over 15,000 people are now being banned from the military that have dedicated so much energy and time and courage into that. It's complete in my opinion. It's not okay.
So clearly it makes you angry.
Yeah, it makes me very angry. Is my chest getting red? It's probably.
We've obviously seen images of Confederate statues either being torn down or people fighting to keep them up. Where do you stand on that?
It is our history, but it's a really dark piece of our history, and I don't think that should be. I don't think that should be celebrated personally. I don't think it should, but it should be known that is the history, and it shouldn't be repeated. But whether or not that should be placed on a statue or not, I don't think those people should have statues. Anybody who has a platform and anybody who is out and has the strength to be out and has the courage, not necessarily the courage, but just the opportunity and the privilege to be visible and I guess be a beacon for other people, that's so important right now. because people need that.
A sweary Lynn Gunn speaking to me earlier.